Kanat stood at the edge of the construction site, his calloused hands wrapped around a thermal cup that had long since gone cold. The twin suns of Viridian 7 cast orange and purple shadows across the settlement, but his eyes were fixed on the solitary figure working methodically in the distance. Bella moved with grace despite the heavy labor. Her forearms, a trait of her Thessian heritage, worked in perfect synchronization. 2 arms lifted the fabricated stone blocks while the other 2 applied the binding compound with precision that would make any master builder envious. Her iridescent skin caught the light, shifting from deep blue to violet as she moved. She'd been at it for 63 days now. Kanat knew because he'd watched every single one. The other settlers thought him strange, a human widower who spent his evenings observing an alien woman build her dwelling by hand when molecular printers could accomplish the task in hours. But they didn't understand. They couldn't. "You're doing it again," came a voice behind him. Marcus, the settlement coordinator, approached with an exasperated expression. "Kanat, this is getting concerning. People talk." "Let them," Kanat replied quietly, never taking his eyes off Bella. Marcus sighed. "Look, I know you lost Sarah and the kids in the collapse. We all lost someone. But this, whatever this is, it's not healthy." Kanat finally turned to face him. "Do you know why she's building it herself?" Marcus shrugged. "Some cultural thing, probably. The Thessians have their traditions." "It's not tradition," Kanat said. "It's necessity. She's building a home for her family, but they're still on Thessia Prime. The evacuation lottery, she won, they didn't. She's building this by hand because every brick is a promise. Every wall is hope that they'll make it to the next lottery, that she'll have something to bring them home to." Marcus's expression softened. "How do you know all this?" "Because I asked." Kanat turned back to watch Bella align another brick with mathematical precision. "And because I understand." The first time Kanat had spoken to Bella was on day 15. He'd noticed she was using human measurements instead of the standard galactic units. When he'd inquired, she'd explained in halting English that she'd studied human architecture. She admired humanity's stubbornness, their refusal to accept shortcuts, their insistence on building things that lasted. "On Thessia," she'd told him, her voice like wind chimes, "we grew our homes from living crystal. Beautiful, instant, perfect. But here I build like humans build, piece by piece, because you don't give up, even when the universe says you should." That conversation had cracked something open inside Kanat's chest. Over the following weeks, he'd brought her water during the hottest hours. She'd shared her rations when she noticed he was skipping meals. They spoke of loss, her family trapped in a dying world, his family taken by the atmospheric processor malfunction that had killed 37 colonists 5 years ago, Sarah, and their children, Maya and Thomas. "You still wear the ring," Bella observed one evening, her large amber eyes reflecting the setting suns. Kanat looked down at the tungsten band. "It reminds me what I'm living for." "And what is that?" "The memory of what family means. The hope that others get to keep theirs." Bella's 4 hands had stilled. "This is why you watch me build." "Yes." Now on day 63, Kanat made a decision. He set down his cold coffee and walked across the dusty ground toward Bella's construction site. She saw him coming and paused, setting down a brick. "Kanat, you usually watch from the hill." "I usually do," he agreed. "But today I was hoping you might accept some help." Bella's expression, so alien yet somehow readable, showed surprise. "You wish to help me build?" "If you'll have me." He picked up one of the prepared bricks, feeling its weight. "I'm not as fast as you, and I've only got 2 hands. But I know how to build. Sarah and we built our first home together. Before the kids came." For a moment Bella was silent. Then she picked up 2 bricks, one in each of her right hands. She held one out to him. "Then we build together." They worked side by side as the suns descended. Kanat's human endurance surprised Bella. What he lacked in extra limbs, he compensated with stubborn determination and practiced skill. Between them, they completed an entire wall section before darkness fell. "Why?" Bella asked as they sat among the construction materials, sharing water. "Why help me?" Kanat considered the question, looking up at the unfamiliar stars. "Because Sarah once told me that family isn't just the people you're born to, or the ones you create. It's everyone who helps you build your future. When we lost our home in the earthquake back on Earth, Strangers helped us rebuild. She never forgot that kindness. He turned to Bella. Your family will make it here. I believe that. And when they do, this house won't just be built by your hands. It'll be built by your new family, too. The one you're making here. Bella's eyes shimmered with tears, a universal expression of emotion. You humans, she said softly. They say you are stubborn and sentimental. They say you build slowly and love too easily. Guilty, Kanat admitted with a sad smile. No, Bella corrected, reaching out to place one of her 4 hands on his shoulder. Not guilty. Remarkable. Your species refuses to let loss mean the end. You lost your family, yet you helped me fight for mine. That's what makes it bearable, Kanat said, knowing that somewhere someone else gets their happy ending. The next morning, Kanat wasn't the only one at the construction site. Marcus arrived with tools. Then Chen with her architectural scanner. The settlement's other families came, one by one, until dozens of humans and aliens worked together under the twin suns. Bella stood at the center of it all, overwhelmed, as her house rose faster than she'd ever imagined possible. Kanat watched her joy and felt something he hadn't experienced in 5 years. Peace. Not happiness, not yet, but the quiet satisfaction of knowing that while he couldn't bring his own family back, he could help ensure others didn't lose theirs. Brick by brick, they built. And in the building, they healed.